Hey Kenneth, this is Daisy with Growth Mindset. We're a marketing agency right here in Carson City. I myself am a Carson City native. We're partnering with local businesses to help optimize their web pages on Google, and we also offer some other services as well. I'm not trying to waste your time on that sort of information. I just have a 3-point sort of attack plan for you today that I thought we'd go over. I talked to Mary in the office. She gave me your information. I'm going to go over these 3 points. If you like what you hear and you want to talk more, my name and number will be in the email that you found this in. I also am a big fan of feedback. So if you have feedback, positive or negative, if you could just give me a call or respond via email, I would be greatly appreciated. I'm always trying to do better. But in order not to waste a bunch of your time today, let's just get down to it. So I want to talk about citations, I want to talk about backlinks, and I want to talk about keywords. And for the purpose of this video, we're mostly going to compare you to Paul's Heating and Air in Reno. First off, I want to just address your homepage a little bit. Typically, I would suggest 1,000 to 1,500 words. I would say you're actually pretty close to this. I also noticed that your website is ranked in several keywords in the area, so good job there. I looked at all of your images on your main page and a couple of other things, and you're actually set up really well for optimization. So props to whoever did that. One thing I might suggest is that within this content, first I might add a few more words because Google reads your content in comparison to your words and links, and that's an important ratio. But another thing you could do is go through, and some of these things that are definitely keywords, Lincoln Heating and Air, for example, you could go through and just bold some of those. And then sometimes if they're missed by the bots that read Google, they'll stand out a little more and it'll get picked up even more often for that specific keyword. I do want to compare you real quick just to Paul's. And if you take a look at his webpage, it's very similar in terms of content. The number of words is pretty close. He doesn't do that either, and I think that may be something that just gives you an edge for this homepage. And another thing you can do in your content on your homepage is use those words to link back to those other pages. So like here he has heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. A similar thing on your page could also come into your other services. The words on here could link to those other service pages. It's just something that looks weighty on Google and will help it pop up more often. Okay, let's talk about citations real quick. I'm just going to talk very briefly on a thing called backlinks. So here is lincolnheating.com, these numbers here, and paulsreno.com is down here. Backlinks are basically exactly like they sound. They are links that link back to your webpage. And the more you have of them that are legitimate, the more fleshed out Google sees your page as. So, and these numbers here are often in direct correlation with your Google index. So if you'll notice, your regular backlinks are at 770, your subdomain backlinks are at 1163, whereas Paul's Reno is at 1174 and 1897. Part of why Paul's is ranking higher is because there are more outside links that link to his page. Simple as that. Now, those can be anything from a simple citation, which I said we would talk about. A citation is the white pages, yellow pages, Angie's List, Home Advisor. All of those types of pages are a citation. Some of those also offer other things, like Home Advisor also offers reviews and that sort of stuff. But I think a good place to start may be to get more citations, and there are places that you can do that, and you can do that as a whole, or you can do them one at a time. Other options, and sometimes things that are weighted more, are having your company mentioned in news articles, or having them pop up on forums for your niche. There's plumbing forums and HVAC forums and things where people can go and talk about the companies they work with or the brands that they work with. And when your stuff pops up there, it is weighted too. The forums aren't counted nearly as heavily, but they do make a difference. And then the last thing I want to talk about, and this kind of ties back to your content, is I want to talk about keywords. So here is lincolnheating.com, and I'm using a thing called Keywords Everywhere because it's really easy to read. The numbers that are important here is there's a whole list of keywords that you rank for. But the number I want you to the two numbers I want you to pay attention to are 21, which is how many keywords are on this list, and 120, which is how many times lincolnheating.com gets visited per month. All right, that's actually really good, especially compared to some of the businesses that I've researched recently. So again, props to whoever set up your webpage. If that was you, Kenneth, good job. But if you take a look at Paul's Reno and their numbers, they have 46 keywords and they're visited 220 times per month. So it's 100 clicks per month difference. And a good number of their keywords here include the name Paul's, but a lot of them also include the name Reno, heating, heater repair sparks, Reno HVAC, AC Reno. Another thing that I noticed that doesn't pop up on either of your lists is neither of your companies rank for listings in Carson City or Gardnerville or Tahoe. These are all things that would drive traffic to your website using keywords. And if you add content to your page, it's very easy to put more keywords in there without red flagging with Google. So that kind of ties us full circle. So again, briefly, getting some citations in there, adding keywords, and adding some content to your page, I think could be very beneficial. And most importantly, I think the place where you're getting beat out a little bit is backlinks. And I'd be happy to talk to you about options for those. If you liked what you heard and you want to hear more, my number is in the email. My name is Dacey, D-A-C-E-Y, Hassey, Hassey, and I can't wait to hear from you. Thanks.